Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Atika binti Muhammad Yatim and my matric number is 2023115879. And together with my group member, we'll be presenting on the topic Bridging the Generation Gap, Leveraging Generation Z for a Digital Driven Workforce. Let me start with the brief definition. Generation Z refer to a people born between 1997 and until 2012. They are digital native who grew up with technology. The generation gap refers to difference in value, communication style, and digital skill between age group. And a digital-driven workforce is one where technology is central to how works get done. Bridging the generation gap means recognizing and addressing this difference, especially between Gen Z and older generation in the workplace. As digital native, Gen Z bring a strong technical skill and fresh perspective that can boost creativity and productivity. To harness this, business must promote empathy, respect, and inclusive practice to support cross-generational collaboration by William X. 2012, encouraging digital literacy in older employees while helping Gen Z understand traditional workplace norms lead to a more connected and effective workforce. Now I pass to my teammate. We will continue with the next section.
The core problem addressed in the article is the growing disconnect between Generation Z expectation and the established norms of downstream companies, particularly in terms of workplace values, soft skills, and career progression. While Gen Z brings valuable traits such as digital fluency, adaptability, and a desire for meaningful work, their expectation for flexibility, rapid advancement, and purpose often clash with the more structured, performance driven environments of traditional organization. This misalignment leads to challenges in integration, collaboration, and retention, prompting the need for targeted strategies from companies and higher education institutions to bridge this generational divide and ensure a smoother transition into the workforce. For the second problem statement is from news sources where Generation Z is entering the workforce with a high level of digital fluency and a strong preference for open, immediate, and tech-enabled communication. Unlike previous generation, they are comfortable bypassing traditional communication hierarchies and expect seamless interaction across all levels of an organization, whether through messaging apps, video calls, or collaborative platforms. So this shift creates a cultural and structural tension in workplace where older, more hierarchical system dominate. Traditional management styles, characterized by formal channel, delay feedback, and top-down communication, that are often perceived as inefficient or engaging by Gen Z employees. As a result, companies are struggling to balance maintaining authority and structure while adapting to a more transparent, fast-paced, and collaborative work environment. So, if unaddressed, this disconnect can lead to misunderstanding, lower engagement, and challenges in retaining young talent. So, for the last problem statement from article sources, the modern workplace is made up of multiple generations: baby boomers, Gen X, millennials, and Gen Z. So, each bringing unique values, expectation, and work styles. However, differences in communication, attitudes toward authority, and views on career progression often lead to misunderstanding, stereotypes, and conflict. These generational divides can reduce collaboration, lower employee engagement, and weaken organizational performance if not actively addressed. Organization must focus on fostering mutual understanding, inclusive leadership, and intentional strategies to bridge the generational gap and create a more cohesive and productive work environment.
Let's begin by understanding the key criteria that define Generation Z in the workforce. Firstly, Generation Z refers to individuals born between 1997 and 2012 They are often called digital native because they grew up with smartphones, social media, and fast internet access. Unlike previous generation who had to adapt to technology later in life, this upbringing makes them highly tech-savvy, adaptable, and fluent in using digital tools. As a result, Gen Z employees are well suited for roles that demand innovation, fast-paced problem-solving, and digital communication. Secondly, mental health and emotional well-being are top priorities for Gen Z. Unlike older generations who might have tolerated workplace stress in silence, Gen Z actively seeks out employers that support work-life balance, flexible schedules, and open mental health conversation. They value psychological safety and want managers who care about their well-being. According to Washington Post article 2025, many wish they have already adapted career services to include mental health components because students increasingly ask about mental health support when exploring future jobs. Third, Gen Z places a strong emphasis on diversity, inclusion, and authenticity in leadership. They want to work for companies that are transparent, ethical, and socially responsible. It's not just about hiring diverse employees, but also about seeing genuine leadership that listens and reflects their values. Forbes 2023 highlights how organizations that demonstrate inclusivity and ethical values tend to attract more Gen Z applicants who are known to boycott brands and employers they perceive as inauthentic or performative. Several key factors influence Generation Z approach to workforce today. One major factor is technological advancement, which has greatly accelerated their adaptability. Growing up immersed in fast-changing digital environment, Gen Z quickly masters new software, communication platforms, and virtual collaboration tools. Deloitte 2023 reports that this tech fluency makes them highly effective in roles that require digital innovation, remote work, and agile project management. Another important factor is globalization and social connectivity. Because Gen Z has access to global information and diverse culture via the internet and social media, they tend to be more cultural aware and social responsible. This exposure influences their strong preference for workplace that uphold diversity, ethical business practices, and sustainability effort. A recent article from the Storm Malaysia 2024 notes that many Malaysian Gen Z employees actively seek employers who reflect these global social values. Finally, economic uncertainty plays a crucial role in shaping Gen Z work attitude. Having witnessed economic disruption like the COVID-19 pandemic, many in this generation are cautious about traditional career paths. They desire job security but also embrace entrepreneurship and side hustle to create multiple income sources. The World Economic Forum 2023 highlights this dual approach with Gen Z valuing flexibility while being pragmatic about economic risks. One of the primary causes of the generation gap in today's workforce is the rapid pace of technological change. While Generation Z has grown up with digital tools and platforms, many older employers find it challenging to keep up. According to a Harvard Business Review article 2023, this digital skill gap often leads to communication breakdowns and inefficiencies in workflows. As older generation may rely on traditional methods that clash with Gen Z's tech-forward approach. Another significant cause is the difference in work and communication style. Gen Z typically favors quick, informal communication such as instant messaging or social media style platform, whereas older generation tend to prefer formal emails, scheduled meetings, or phone calls. Forbes 2024 points out that this contrasting preference can cause misunderstanding and hinder effective collaboration if not properly managed. Additionally, value differences around work-life balance contribute to the divide. Gen Z places a strong emphasis on flexible working hours and mental health support, advocating for policies that promote well-being. Older generation often view longer working hours as a sign of dedication and accept less flexible schedules. This divergence sometimes lead to conflicts regarding workplace expectations and policies, as reported by the Age Markets Malaysia 2023, where Gen Z's demands for work-life balance is reshaping traditional work culture in Malaysian companies. Bridging the generation gap in the workforce has significant positive impact. One of the most notable benefits is improved team collaboration and innovation. When the digital fluency of Gen Z employees is combined with the experience and wisdom of older colleagues, organizations benefit from diverse perspectives that fuel creativity and problem solving. According to MIT Sloan Management Review 2023, such multi-generation teamwork often results in more innovative ideas and more efficient workflows. Additionally, companies that successfully adapt their cultures and policies to align with Gen Z's value see enhanced employee engagement and retention. Gallup's 2024 research highlights that Gen Z workers are more satisfied and loyal when their expectations for flexibility, diversity, and mental health support are met. This reduces costly turnover and help organizations attract fresh talent from younger generation. However, if the generation gap is left unaddressed, it can lead to intergenerational conflict, misunderstanding, low moral and communication breakdown may occur, ultimately harming workplace culture and productivity. The Society for Human Resource Management SHRM 2023 warns that such unresolved tension can negatively impact an organization's overall performance and employee well-being. Leveraging Generation Z in a digital-driven workforce brings both advantages and disadvantages. A major advantage is their high digital literacy and innovative mindset. PwC Malaysia 2023 notes that Gen Z employees are natural drivers of digital transformation, helping companies adopt new technologies faster and improve operation, operational efficiency. Their comfort with digital allows organizations to stay agile and competitive in rapidly changing markets. On the downside, Gen Z's preference for informal communication can sometimes clash with traditional corporate cultures that rely on formal emails, detailed documentation, and structured processes. According to Harvard Business Review 2024, this mismatch can cause misunderstanding and misalignment in terms, especially in highly regulated or hierarchical environments. Another advantage is Gen Z's strong social and environmental values. This generation tends to push companies toward greater sustainability and ethical business practices. The Age Market Malaysia 2024 reports that many Malaysian companies are responding to this pressure by enhancing their corporate social responsibility initiative, which not only attract socially conscious customers but also motivates employees who want to work for responsible employers. Recommendation: to truly engage Generation Z in the workplace, businesses need to do more than just hire them. They need to adapt. Gen Z value purpose, work-life balance, and real connection. They are not just looking for a job. They want to grow, contribute, and feel included. Companies should use tech-savvy recruitment, offer flexibility, and promote a supportive culture. When you meet this expectation, you don't need to attract Gen Z. You build a future-ready, motivated workforce. In conclusion, in order to thrive in a highly technological environment, businesses must adapt and efficiently integrate Generation Z into the workforce. This digital native generation prioritizes variety, well-being, and purpose. Companies should modernize recruitment by focus on non-traditional career routes, creating inclusive onboarding experience, and providing good career growth opportunity. Prioritizing mental and physical wellness promote a supportive workplace. Business that embrace the technique that can bridge the generation divide and realize Gen Z full of potential and for more innovative future.